The Philippines' first and leading crypto exchange, coins.ph. 60 cryptocurrencies to trade, like Bitcoin, USDT, and more. Enjoy low fees, favorable rates, and a smooth cash in and out experience. Download coins.ph now.
Hello, community! GM, kumusta kayo dyan? I hope everyone is doing fine. And for tonight's Community Wednesdays, we will be joined by the CrypTitas, no? So we'll be able to talk about the crypto Philippine industry's milestones and upcoming developments, no? So tonight, we'll be joined by three very stacked speakers in Rain Laluna, our country manager, Jen Bilango, and Modern Mulan, who is also a content creator. So hang on, guys. Quick technical difficulty. Let me just check something right now. All right, I think everything looks good now, guys. Okay, so for tonight's guests, I think Jen and Mulan will be joining us a little bit later. So for tonight's questions, we'll just circle back to when they're able to join the show, since they might be in transit or out at the moment. But for now, we'll be able to start the show with Rain, who will introduce herself in a bit. Don't forget, guys, that every Wednesday we have a 5,000 peso prize pool for our community game, live stream, and community questions. So don't forget as well to join through our Discord, where we'll be taking a random snapshot sometime later during the event, so that you, if you are chosen, will win 100 pesos. No, so we encourage everyone to join our Discord server at discord.gg/coins.ph. All right. So for tonight, again, our topic is CryptoPH milestones and future outlook, joined by the CrypTitas. So without further ado, no, maybe we can bring up Rain on stage and she can introduce herself a little bit, and we'll kick off the show with our Q&A, and later on we'll go back to Jen and Mulan. So let's have Rain on stage. Rain, how are you doing? GM naman dyan.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me well, Jaffa?
Yep, I can hear you, Rain. Nice to have you. Thank you for making time.
Thanks for having me, and yeah, I'm excited to share and like some updates as well, insights. Basically, I'm more in the community side, building here local communities in the Visayas as well.
All right. Got that, Rain. Yeah, I think some of our viewers also are saying, Rain, if you could slightly turn up your mic volume. I think they're having a little bit of trouble hearing you, no? But yeah, I think for me it's fine, but maybe for our other viewers who might not be have as loud of a device, no? So maybe we can mic check again, Rain.
Yeah. How about this? Okay na ba?
Yeah, I think that's a lot better, no? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Rain, so welcome to Community Wednesdays. I guess feel free to talk a little bit more about yourself as well, and introduce some of the projects you're working on and the other affiliations you also have in Web3.
All right. Okay. I don't know where to start, but yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Rain. I've been in crypto or been building in the industry for in Web3 since 2022, and then I co-founded Filipinas NFT First. It's a community for women. In Web3, it's not active right now, but yeah, we still network with a lot of women in Web3. And then prior to that, when I went back to Cebu in 2022 September, I co-founded Web3 Cebu, and right now we're expanding. Like it's have like rapid growth in Cebu. So this is also we're connected with the ecosystem in Cebu, and educating, empowering people to get into Web3. And not only that, I'm also collaborating with different leads in the Visayas. So basically, we're more focused in Visayas. Right now, some projects is I'm also a super team member, Solana super team. I've helped or handled expand Solana here in Cebu as well. So and other protocols, we just I launched my startup It's called Wave. So we do events and marketing, and we have some pretty big plans, especially highlighting Visayas in the coming months, because what we need, because Philippines is very archipelago, and we noticed that resources, we wanted to pour in more resources in different islands, different communities. So if you guys are from Visayas, anywhere here, yeah, feel free to join or connect with us. We have already 8 locations here, like Cebu, Bohol, Leyte, Bacolod, Iloilo, San Carlos, Kabangkalan. So yeah, pretty good, and I'm excited to share some insights with you guys.
All right, great. Thanks so much for that introduction, no, Rain. So again, guys, tonight's ang topic natin para sa gamigit ito ay milestones and future outlook, no, for the crypto Philippines industry. So siguro, Rain, we can start with some of the planted questions, and then later, don't forget, guys, we will be choosing yung mga community questions nyo from the comment section and through our Discord stage. So I guess we can start, Noreen. I'll flash the first question on the stage, and then feel free to expound as much or as little as you want on the question. So the first question, no, is so what are some milestones, siguro, and important developments in Philippine crypto that you think were breakpoints talaga para sa industry natin?
Okay, thanks for this. I think this year alone, we have some groundbreaking initiatives. Okay, first is that, of course, coins.ph launched the Philippine peso stablecoin. That's a very big move to do it, because at the end of the day, this is where, if we're aiming for adoption, really, the stable coins would definitely help out, because having able to send money to different parts of the world, or with whatever location you are in, you can send it directly in seconds or maybe a minute, unlike with sending money abroad, that will be, you know takes time, and as well, there are middlemans like bank. So crypto allows this decentralization. It allows people to have faster transactions, especially with the remittances that we have. So that's big. Another thing is that I saw how protocols are now investing in the Philippines. Because before, Philippines is like viewed as a consumer market. So we're like, Philippines were top crypto in the global market. I think it's currently six. And then because of this, it was because we are so into gaming. So started with Axie Infinity, and then I remember back then, 2022, there's like Pegasus was also big, but the market has been not stable. And this year, if you know how big Hamster Combat is, it I think in Cebu, ang daming na on board. Ang daming na on board sa Hamster Combat without them knowing what crypto is. But I think it's also a good start that they can explore, like, Telegram games right now are so big. It's easier as well for us Filipinos to get access. And I think there's like a new narrative for this games, especially tap to earn games or the Telegram games. Another thing is that, like I said, protocols. So we have I think there are two protocols right now, or blockchain, that are heavily invested in the Philippines. First is Solana. So with Super Team Philippines, they're able to do a lot of hackathons across the country, and they wanted to turn the Filipinos into builders. So what I mean by builders is we create our own products, and then we're not just a consumer, we're not just users of this product. So kung mag-create ka ng social media na in Web3, you are the builder. The consumers are the ones using the product. So right now, Solana is pushing for that we become builders ourselves. So that's why may madaming hackathons. And I remember there's this one who won a hackathon, and already doing NFT tickets. So for events we have here in the Philippines. So that's it. And the other protocol is ICP Philippines. And then I'm seeing more progress in terms of the way we do educate. So the people here become wiser. That's it for
Thank you
me.
so much, Rain. Yeah, that's a lot of recent developments that happen in the country. There's just so much exciting things talaga, no, to keep your eyes out for. And I'm sure as the I think Singapore Week is coming up next week, we're going to be hearing a lot then from builders all around the world, in community leaders then from the Philippines who'll be going there and sharing their projects then with people from across the globe, no. So we have our second guest who just came in right a few minutes ago, and we're super excited to have her as well on stage. So I'd like to bring up to the stage Modern Mulan. Modern Mulan, GM, good evening. How are you?
GM, I am good. Thank you so much, Community, for having me. Rain, I'm so honored na we are joining the panel together. Kasi usually, moderator kami tapos separate panel eh. So, it's nice na we're finally having the conversation together. So, yeah, I saw the question. Kaya nakapag-prepare ako. Unfair kay Rain. Siya parang nabigla, pero nabigyan ako ng sneak peek. But yeah, I agree with everything she said, no. I think two main points nga for both milestones and breakpoints. So I think the first one we cannot ignore, yung nabanggit niya na Axie Infinity, kasi it was not only did it provide a livelihood for a lot of Filipinos who lost their jobs during the pandemic, but it also introduced to us the vast world of crypto. It showed us opportunities beyond geographical limitations as well, na pwede palang kumita online, right? Parang dati we just interact with it, and very few people did actually earn, but then Axie made it available for everyone, for the regular users as well. But it being a such a great milestone, naging breakpoint din siya, I think. We soon realized na that kind of earning model is unsustainable, and it's just so hard to grow. But I think the great thing that came out of that is parang we all banded together. Everyone who fell into the crypto rabbit hole, we were pushing the entire community to find and create more sustainable options for us, which I feel like propelled everyone into exploring better long-term solutions. And then the second one is, I think yung sinasabi ni Rain na people were interacting with Hamster Combat na hindi nila alam na, crypto related pala siya, or these Telegram games, tap-tap games. Isa diyan ang kapatid ko. Kung nanonood siya diyan, ikaw ang pinapatamaan namin. I think ang dami talagang gano'n, like, they had no idea that it was Web3 related or crypto related even. So, two things again, Axie Infinity, and then the end of 2023 and the entire 2024, I feel like could be earmarked as a pivotal moment for Philippines. Kasi one thing as well that we have been feeling, and I hope everyone else also is noticing, is that sobrang grabe yung increase of recognition of Filipino builders, of Filipino developers through nabanggit niya ni na for hackathons, no? Her being the growth lead for, correct me if I'm wrong, Solana Super Team PH, right? Growth lead BD, wearing many hats. And I, as a former growth lead as well for ICP Hub Philippines, Internet Computer Protocol, I feel that we both have firsthand experience in supercharging the narrative na yes, being a user is okay, but why stop there when we can also build ourselves? If we can have or produce exceptional developers, then right? In ICP, we say we build the builders. So nakakatuwa na kahit anong protocol man yan, kahit anong ecosystem man yan, I feel as long as we share the very core mission na we want to elevate the Philippine scene international, we want to be recognized and be more respected in that manner. I feel like it doesn't matter, no. But yeah, now I am with Eden Ventures. So we're doubling down as well and building projects. Before it was a venture capital, but now we really are into venture building. And with an all Filipino team, which I am very, very proud of. Because this month alone, we're launching two major projects, one in partnership with the top Web3 players in the international scene, and another with a major telco company here in the Philippines. So I think with everything now we laid out and the work that both Rain and I are doing, those are great examples na that napakarami na nating milestones na na-hit that are pivotal in the Philippines. But mas marami pa tayong may hit very soon, especially with Token 2049 coming up.
Mulan, thank you so much for that great answer. No, so the two things I got from both of your answers. No, so of course, gaming. We can never undermine the power of gaming and entertainment and social apps for the Filipinos, especially since before we've been dubbed like the social media capital of the world, and especially because ang dami talagang mga guilds, clans, communities that arose from Axie, from gaming, and second of all, as you mentioned, hackathons, no? And I guess Rain mentioned also the PHPC stablecoin. We're trying to really build for access so that everyone, kung sino ka man, may paraan ka para maki-involve siguro dun sa crypto, no? And anyone can be a part of that community and of building as well. And I guess later on, with one of our prompts, we'd also like to inspire other people, especially our community viewers, to become builders themselves. No? So that's what we're here for. As the three of us, we're also community leads, growth leads in our own ways. So thank you, Mulan, thank you, Rain, for those wonderful answers. I guess I'd like to pull up our second question. No, so the second question I'll flash on the screen. No, or so. What are some upcoming developments in the local crypto space whose growth you are both keeping an eye on? So, Rain, would you like to start this one off?
Okay. Upcoming developments. Does this include the different initiatives we're doing? Right. Regardless if that's okay. So I think I'm gonna be announcing it for the first time here. Okay.
Alpha.
Um.
Alpha,
No.
Alpha. I'm listening.
So guys, I've been very open to this, to the network that I have, that in the past 2 years I've been really heavily focusing on building community in the Visayas, especially Cebu. So prior to that, it was not easy. It was difficult to really tap to our resources is limited. Like I have to spend my own money to my other colleagues to go from islands to islands. I remember in 2023, we went to Leyte to activate Web3 Leyte. We went to Dumaguete to activate it because we saw that if in Visayas is the most like archipelago in the Philippines, and you know what, Philippines is the second largest archipelago in the world. So regardless of putting them all the resources together, it's gonna be difficult to reach because even me to travel to Bohol, I have to go by a boat or by a plane. So it's kind of that kind of problem. But so what we did in order for us to share resources, collaborate, is to actually create a location based type of community. So it's easy for me on us to tap the ecosystems. So right now in Cebu, we're now already connected with startups, government, tech communities, schools, universities, and others. So this has been a 2 year progress, I believe. And yeah, guys, for announcing this one, we're launching Visayas Blockchain Summit in November. So it's
Congratulations.
thank
That's
you. This
super
has been
exciting.
What a great
I
feat.
know.
Rain, you should be proud. Wow.
Well, it's not gonna be possible without the people. That there are so many people in my network that are so willing to help this. For the more details, we're gonna be launching it soon. But I'm just wanna have this opportunity to actually share. The reason why prior to me attending events, I started attending events. That's where I get to see that Web3 blockchain is not just about create it's not just about trading or crypto. Here I was able to network with CEOs, founders, that kind of opportunity as well, even investors. If you notice the Web2 landscape right now, there's always this gap that if I'm someone who doesn't have a position, it's difficult for me to actually connect with the CEO and founders. Because of this, when I got into Web3, this kind of opportunity, I was able to see, oh, how easy to make this kind of connection and network. So if there are two things that I like in Web3 industry, it's not just about it's about the network. Here the network is a lot easy. It's really direct. It's really within a community. That's where we can really see that if you build a community that is so strong, it gives you other opportunities. So in order for you to get these opportunities as well to help build a community, and because of that, I noticed as well the opportunities given to the members. So in Web3 Cebu, not to be, not to, I'm just proud of the people that are collaborating. You know what? The core team of Cebu are students. And the one that's handling Solana's super team right now in Cebu is are actually students, IT students in their second or third year. So with that thing, we are allowing students to actually lead. We are we are allowing new generations to become leaders themselves. Because I remember prior to graduating college, my mindset is always like this: I have to get good grades, I have to finish school and get a good job. But no, with a fast pace in technology right now, AI, blockchain, we have to focus on hard skills. It's no longer resume, it's about portfolio building. So if you're good at hard skills, it's easy for you to get a job. That's one thing that we're empowering here. And now I'm happy that these people are now directly connecting global projects create as a student. And then even newbies, they started the community in February. Now they're getting jobs already. So I think, yeah, when you build that kind of community, it allows opportunities to be funnel easily. And now I think that's why we have to push through the event this time, because it will allow, especially in the Visayas, for them to know, to see that we guys have been doing a lot of events in Web3, but in Visayas, there's close to none. Only this year that there are so many events. Not so many events. It's just like the events that we get some support. So with this kind of initiatives, maybe some people will be looking into the kind of tech ecosystem that we have here, and allow more opportunities for the others to expand community. And that, for me, empowering local communities makes adoption in crypto space in the Philippines a lot faster.
Rain,
So yeah.
amazing. Congratulations on Visayas Blockchain Summit. Yung nakakaingit talaga because sana nung college ako, may opportunities ako na ganyan. No, na, I agree with you talaga now in Web 2, sometimes you have to have a name or a title to start. No? But in Web 3, very big tayo on the decentralization and everyone has equal access, no, or equitable access also to opportunity. So, congrats talaga, especially when you said na student leaders, yung mga nagpapasimuno or namumuno dun sa mga initiatives na yun. Nakaka-proud talaga na you're enabling them to become leaders at such a young age, exposing them to different industry leaders as well, and giving them and sharing with them these opportunities. So thank you so much, Rain, and all the best talaga for Visayas Blockchain Summit and everything that you'll be doing in your distributed efforts there in the Visayas region. So how about you, Mulan? Yeah, some upcoming developments that you are keeping an eye on, no? That you're also, I guess, bullish on and you want to see grow.
How do I even follow her answer? No, but congratulations, grabe. That's an amazing feat. It really is a difficult challenge na, alam mo yon, geographically, it's just so hard to get connected. So what you're doing is incredible. I agree. What I'm very, very bullish on is for sure making, parang protecting the very core of it na we are community centric. So kagaya ng sabi mo, decentralization not only for blockchain but also decentralizing the events na we're doing, right? Wag lang laging lahat sa Luzon. I agree with that, and I am in full support of that as well. But I'm also keeping a very close eye on DeFi in the Philippines, especially I think spicy na yung usapan ngayon kasi we are getting some regulatory developments. One, I feel like we need these developments or these regulations to make sure now we are all protected from bad actors, but we should also tread carefully kasi if we have too much regulations naman, we're gonna be hindering growth, right? We're going to be removing what makes Web3 so powerful, which is its flexibility, and we are at a stage where we can just keep, alam mo yon, parang tapon lang tapon ng mga iba-ibang bagay sa wall and just see what sticks, right? So that's something that I am keeping my eyes on. A notable development as well is you guys mentioned it, the PHPC stablecoin by coins.ph. As you know, I don't know if you guys know that. Have you heard of coins.ph? No, yeah. I think PHPC is very interesting kasi um I think it'll probably be the start, or we'll eventually look back on this and think, oh wow, naging frontrunner sila for pushing this in the Philippines. And I think nagkaroon din tayo ng option to pay SSS, right? Using crypto. It has been introduced this year, if I'm not mistaken. And I think having PHPC stablecoin for peso, and also that option to pay for SSS using crypto, they naturally bring forth more questions like what other services could we potentially pay for using crypto? Will people adapt? Would people care? What would it take for mass adoption? So I think those are questions that are interesting both for the builder side, for the regulatory, and also for the users. And I think these are questions that at the point of where Web3 is, where crypto is, dapat tinatanong na talaga natin, and we're trying to answer as well. So, ayun, I think, again, those are critical questions as we explore how we will integrate crypto and how we are going to be seeing them in our everyday life. Kasi kung hindi naman natin sila ma-apply, if they don't make our lives easier, more secure, diba? What's the point? So yeah, I am keeping a close eye on communities and decentralization of events and DeFi here in the Philippines.
Milan, thank you. Yeah, I guess to add also to that, no, I'm super excited for DeFi in the Philippines because that's my background. But I think no, once we have more regulatory clarity, as you mentioned, it's also going to. For me, I'm a big education advocate no for financial literacy. So, swerte talaga, for example, because future generations, these younger members of crypto, they'll have access to the internet, to resource people, but they'll also be exposed also to having earning opportunities in crypto, maybe through DeFi opportunities, and locally approved stable coins are also an entryway to doing that. And sayang wala pa si Ma'am Jen, no, because she can talk a lot about that, because I know one thing that she's really keeping an eye on is how can we use crypto for OFW remittances, for cross-border payments. So those are some things that as time goes on, it's only going to grow, and it's going to grow not just our space, but also I guess wider things like economy of the Philippines and how easy it is to transact with our kababayans abroad. So thank you, Rain. Thank you, Mulan, for those answers. Don't forget, I'll just plug for our community. We will be taking community questions. I'll be reading them as you guys comment them on our FB Live, our X, and our Discord, and we'll be choosing those after the planted question segment. And if your question does get chosen, you will be winning PHPC. So as we're talking about PHPC, after this event, by PHPC ka na rin, no? So we have those kinds of prizes. So go ask away, guys. Our speakers would love to answer your questions. Okay, so for our next question, which I'll be flashing on the screen, no? So we mentioned gaming as one of the big catalysts for getting people into crypto here in the Philippines. But how about you? You both? What crypto apps or categories do you think, no, or products will be crucial in becoming, wave of adoption and onboarding the next set of Filipino crypto users? Maybe we can have Rain again for this round of questions.
Okay. I think I've shared about how Philippines is like viewed as a gaming market, right? But now we're kind of creating a new narrative that we want to have like more builders. So for me, we are so talented. Like right now in the Philippines, we are known for local like talents. We got a big share in the global outsourcing industry. I think we have like 10 to 15% of the global market in BPO. So that's so big, right? And then because of that, most of this BPIT BPM actually we are outsourcing our developers. We are outsourcing a lot talent to this. Um, you know, US, Australia, Europe come to the Philippines, especially Manila and Cebu are so big in the IT BPM right now. And but how can we change the narrative for these developers as well to become builders themselves? So that's something that has to be done. So in order for us, for me really, is to create a good product, especially the UX UI, and then a product that solves a problem. Not because you're a developer, not because you have so much ideas, but if you don't have a go-to market, if you don't have like a marketing or the community or the people that you are, that you're helping, you solve their problems, then it's also difficult for them to use that kind of app, right? So for me, in order to onboard more people in the crypto, is to create products that don't let other people that this is what this is Web3, this is blockchain. You just simply use the technology. Okay, simply by creating products that allows people to just use because it helps solve their problem, then that's the easiest way. But if you keep creating product that makes people still have to understand this is Web3, this is how it goes, this is how it goes, there's already that kind of limitation. So if we are going to like beyond think outside the box and create something that makes it seamless, after all this is technology, then it's easier. We even had AI, right? Chat GPT is so big because it helps solve problem, and it's easy for people. Even prompt, for example, you do prompt engineering. It's not easy, but people get to learn it, right? So it's the same with the blockchain. It's the same with the crypto. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be something that yung mapapaisip ka pa. If there are 10 steps in that product, make it 2 steps and you're gonna have a lot of people. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Rain. Agree, no? So I think one of you mentioned also, like with Hamster Combat as an example, yung blockchain, yung tech takes a backseat for what's presented to the audience. And, I think it's also been an ongoing, debate and point of discussion dun sa mga online platforms now. Are we really building products that solve people's problems? Especially when in this free-for-all market, ang dami talagang sigurong um, napupunta dun sa more short-term sighted kinds of products that end up becoming predatory then for some of its users, which it's like for every 1 to 2 builders that are honest and have integrity in what they're building, there's probably 5 to 10 other projects or teams that look to take advantage of people who aren't as financially literate or do not know how the tech works and how to protect themselves in this space. So thanks, Rain. How about you, Mulan? So what apps or products do you think will be crucial in onboarding the next wave of Filipino users?
I'm just really here to echo what Rain says. The plight of being second. No. But yeah, I really think that convenience is key eh. That with the things that we are building, I echo that na people don't really need to know kung ano nangyayari sa back end, right? I mean, every day we use bank transfer, we use credit cards, we use appliances, microwaves, ref, or whatever. Pero hindi naman natin alam ano nangyayari sa likod nun, ano yung parts involved. And frankly, we don't have to as long as they get to help us with our everyday lives. Again, it's making everything convenient for us and they work. I think that's good enough. And what's lacking in Web3 or the pain point in Web3 is everyone is like, oh, sobrang sophisticated ng technology na to. And so they get lost in the mix na they're like, ang finiflex nila mainly is kung ano yung sinasabi ng tech versus bakit importante tong tech na to, how it's changing, how it's going to be impacting our lives. And yun, it's a pain point na hopefully ma-address din natin with all the milestones, all the events, all the talks na we are having, all the discussions we're having this year. But yeah, going back to the question, I feel like what's crucial are the apps and platforms that again just make everything seamless, make everything easier, where users can experience the same or even better convenience within the current systems na we have. Because let's be real, sobrang convenient na ng buhay natin ngayon. We are able to online shop using our phones. We're able to shop using our phones, order food, call a taxi. Napaka-convenient na ng buhay natin ngayon. But of course, there are still a lot of lapses where Web3 could come in, right? Like again, we can apply what blockchain, keep what we have now, and then enhance them using the current tech or the tech that we are building. So we can leverage now this decentralization, security, while again keeping things convenient with today's technology. So I think for me, yun yung pinaka crucial to make sure that we get to onboard more users. Just don't focus too much on the tech side. Again, people don't need to know about that, but rather focus on the value add for everyone involved.
Mulan, thank you. No, so convenience really is key. No, and I think some of the most successful crypto apps that will find product market fit will be the ones that really put all of the sophistication in the backstage, in the back seat, and really make people's like day to day lives easier. Like you mentioned, for example, like calling a taxi or paying for food. These are things that logistics everyone probably uses at some point in their day to day, and I'm sure there's so much room for crypto to play a role in the transactions that go into logistics, into food, into necessities for people. So I think as more regulatory clarity comes along, um, and we see more adoption, then we'll see crypto baked into the apps that we're already using slowly but surely. So thank you, Rain. Thank you, Mulan. So we'll have one last planted question, and then we can move on to the community questions. No, so I guess as growth leads, as industry leads, I'd also like to ask the both of you for your advice. No, so what advice can the both of you give to our Filipino community viewers at home or wherever they are who want to begin, onboarding their own communities into crypto or becoming their own crypto leaders? So maybe how can you, advise them or coach them if they want to get started in that area? Yeah, whoever wants to go first na lang siguro.
I have Modern Mulan because she has a lot of followers from my community, by the way.
Ako ba ang ally for today's video? Yeah, I think start with education. It's so important, especially with something very new. Again, napakaraming bad actors in this space, and I feel like that's mainly the reason why crypto kind of has a bad rep. Not kind of, I'm being generous with kind of. But yeah, just start with education to make sure na you know what you're getting yourself into, you know what kind of risk and what level of risk you're willing to expose yourself. And I think it's very important to follow very prominent people and communities in this space. I think community having AMAs like this, let's be honest, you don't need to do this, right? Like coins.ph is a giant either way, whether you do this or not. But you care so much about the community. You want voices to be heard. You want to give everyone a platform that you're doing this for the community. So I feel like you should follow yung mga ganong klase who truly care about the community. Solana is very great with that as well. I mean, like what Rain mentioned with the hackathons, and even what you're doing with Visayas, that's incredible. So I think again, thought leaders such as Rain, you should follow. And I think with projects that I have worked with and still working with now, ICP, ang dami din yang mga hackathons. We also do AMAs. We also do virtual and real life events. Yung mga ganong klase of projects of people who truly care, who are building na nandyan kahit na bear market. Kasi kapag bull market, napakadaling mag-ingay. But people who are still building and still looking out for each other or looking out for their community members, even during a very difficult crypto winter. I feel like yun talaga yung mga mapagkakatiwalaan natin, no? Who are building not just to make their own pockets fat, you know. So, ayun, just start with education, follow with people who care, and who are giving more than they are asking. So, yung mga nagbibigay lang ng free resources, I feel like yun talaga mapagkakatiwalaan natin yan. And I think another thing to keep in mind is to make sure to use easy to grasp platforms, and just don't be selfish in the space. I feel like that's a culture that is so hard to explain to someone that is outside of Web3. So if you are new here, bawal po ang madamot dito. For some reason, hindi umuunlad ang mga madadamot dito. Kasi sa lahat ng community sa sasalihan mo, whether that's an NFT community, an airdrop community, DeFi, whatever niche it is, kahit na general yan, everyone is so generous with their knowledge. And I feel like you owe it to the community as well to practice that and make sure that the next one after you feels that generosity, feels that warmth of welcome, and it just keeps on going until we have mass adoption.
Yep, thank you, Milan. No? So I like what you said, for example, about at the start of your answer. What's difficult no with crypto and Web3 is you need three kinds of literacy: tech literacy, media literacy, financial literacy. And it's so important to follow people who, teach you the right things and don't also, take advantage of you, because the learning curve in Web3 and in crypto can be so steep, and there are a lot of bad actors in this space. So, finding that community, finding the right mentor, educator, super important, especially for those who are starting their crypto journey, so that you don't, develop bad habits and, of course, take advantage of yung kapwa mong Pilipino or yung kapwa mo, di ba? And I guess as well, what you mentioned about walang madamot yung nagsasucceed dito sa space na to. This is a very like share opportunity and promote a win-win and positive sum mindset kind of space, no? We don't want to be selfish. We don't want to be zero sum. And if I win, dapat matalo ka kind of mindset. So thank you, Mulan, for that. How about you, Rain? What advice can you give, especially to maybe you have some of your viewers from Visayas watching? What advice can you give to them about, their first steps to onboarding their own people into crypto?
Okay. Medyo madami kasing nangyari over the past years now. But I'm trying to summarize this very, the highlights. Okay, guys. This is, not a lot of people know this one. I think this is my first time to share it, guys. I co-founded Filipinas NFT, a women community in Philippines to help onboard women in Web3 back in 2022. I didn't know how to mint an NFT. I was a founder of that NFT community, but I haven't tried building an NFT or minting an NFT. So my co-founder helped me. I co-founded Web3 Cebu. I didn't have any network in Cebu. So I have to find my way to connect with people here. I become super team Solana and help build in Cebu. I didn't have any Solana token and I didn't know Solana. The lesson here is that when you build a community and want to help people, you have to be committed to it. Because if you want to build community, because you see opportunity to make money out of it, that's not gonna work. So I think in the way I did things, there's a lot of things that have been accumulated. It's not that you build a community. I didn't even earn money or something like that, but I was able to create a community that's inclusive, because in a way for me, it's gonna be just how authentic you can be, how you can as well be transparent to your community, and how community will support you if they know that you have this kind of direction. You do not gatekeep opportunities. That's the first thing. If you build a community, you have to be genuine, or if not, then don't be a community builder instead. Because putting people together with different personalities, with different skills, with different, it's just a matter of um it how you're able to be a leader, not just for your community but as well for yourself. Because there are many times I've been like, I just have to surrender, I just kind of want to leave the space. But in a way, I have a big vision. I saw big potential on the space. And if ever these people, a lot of people will not be anymore You know, parang, ano ba yan sa Tagalog? Parang, ulahi. What's ulahi? Um, the opportunities for them are, hindi ko masabi yung Tagalog eh. Yung parang, ano na, maiiwan pala. Okay, so, maiiwan sila. That's something I cannot do. So, I know the big opportunity because I'm already in the industry. I have to share it with people. So what I did probably is that become the connector. If who are the people that I can see be connected like that. So if you want to build your community, there are three things that I advise. If it's something that's keeping on you, it's something that keeps on your mind. Lagi siyang pumapasok sa isip mo. I want to build this. I want to build this. Then do it. If you build that one, yung advice sa akin ng freelance mentor ko, build a community and find the people that will help build with you. So you don't have to do it alone. So if you find the people that will help build with you, you can share ideas with them and then you guys do each other. Syempre, yung taong yun should be aligned with you. Vision, mission, values. Yun yung pinaka-importante. Second is that, again, do not use the community as your KPI and do not use the community as your money making, but rather you create a community that creates opportunities. And in that way, your community are your support to help grow the community. So I have envisioned before that if I create a community, I provide opportunity to them, they also provide opportunities for the community. And I am so happy that the job opportunities as well that's nakuha ng ibang members. Tapos pag may hiring, sinishare nila dun sa mga bago and then nagkakaroon sila ng another opportunities. And I can say most of Cebu community members are 70% Gen Z. So, ayun, parang very, very, andito yung parang mas mabilis nila ma-adapt yung technology. And because of that, because them being Gen Z, being so active in the space, getting opportunities, they're able to onboard their classmates. And because of that, the teachers are the one wanting us to do an event in their school. Kasi normally, di ba, tayo yung magpapa-email or what. It's just echo eh. Nag-echo siya because they're seeing opportunity here. And maybe lastly is if you build a community, I know that I said that you have to not make it a community your money making, but rather do not as well forget yourself. Okay, so if you build a community, you have to have a direction what you want to see about yourself years from now. Because at the end of the day, you need something as well na magsusupport din sa sarili mo. So do not forget that you have to just be genuine, you have to be transparent, and soon you'll see these opportunities just at right at your doors, and ikaw na yung pahala kung saan dito yung kukunin mo. So again, because it's community oriented, community driven, we're dealing with people. It's a matter of empathy, right? So it's really about empathy. If you don't have empathy in the first place, do not build community, because at the end of the day, it's either you make it or you break it. So yun for me.
I like how you ended that one, Rain. No, empathy is so important, especially when you're a community builder. And one thing I try to teach other community leads as well, lalo na like I mentioned, yung learning curve is very steep. No, in Web3, your community does not care how much you know until they know how much you care. So when you gatekeep opportunities, you take advantage of them. All the more it's going to hurt not just the person that you're taking advantage of, but the whole space as well. And you mentioned gatekeeping, and as Mulan mentioned also, bawal madamot dito. It's, you can't receive kung sarado din yung kamay mo. So, I agree with what you said also there. And for the both of us, or both of you and the three of us as community leads, we really have to be generous, with, not just our time, our knowledge, but, our persons as well, because this space can be very unforgiving with how volatile markets can be and how fast-paced the speed of culture in Web3 can be, no? So when we extend, yung care, yung aruga dun sa ibang tao, I'm sure they'll pass it on and pay it forward to others as well. So, wow, grabe, ganda lang usapan, but it's already 7:55. But let's keep to our word and draw community questions as well. So, I think I'd like to draw this first question from our FB Live. Um, So from Marky Salazar, he asks, what do you think makes the Filipino community different from other communities in the crypto space? And siguro, why should we be bullish on the Filipino community?
Who's gonna answer? Gusto mo ba? Teka lang.
No,
I
yeah, go
think I'm
ahead,
gonna
go
answer
ahead.
this one. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go
Go,
ahead.
Mulan. Yeah.
Okay, this is it's kind of bit interesting. Kasi nga, I think I remember 2022. I was like ambassador for a Vietnamese project back then. And then sabi ko, why are you gonna be investing in the Philippines? Sabi niya, it's because Philippines are good at hyping people. Are good at hype. So kumbaga, we're actually viewed to actually so hyped on a project. But then lately, as I got into the community, no, parang I would agree. Yes, we are. Once we are seeing a big opportunity for that, we're very hyped. But my positive side, my negative side. However, if it's also one way then na those people na visionary, those people that like open to learning, open to educating, they they are no longer that type of person na nahahype. So, kumbaga, for me, yung learning curve natin, sobrang mabilis. At dahil sa sobrang bilis ng learning curve, those people that couldn't learn, not really couldn't learn fast, those people that only see it like, scam lang yan, those people that are close-minded, to not open their minds that there is a reason why this technology is being built, sila yung parang umaalis, right? But those people that are seeing a future in tech, they're the ones who's getting opportunities. And because of that, nagkakaroon tayo ng tight-knit community. So what I mean by that is like Filipinos are known for having a very close like relationship with families. Tayo din yung somehow na if we're also as well, from hype to learning to sharing opportunities to building something really good relationship in space. And then, not for a fact, because crypto is global, madami din sa atin na speak ng English. So, tayo din talaga yung nilalapitan because we can speak, right? So, I think it's really about the culture thing na we already like the family relationship because this is so comedy. And one more thing, it's the humor that we have. So we have our own humor. So I think that's it. Na very fit naman sa crypto.
Thank you, Rain. How about you, Mulan? What do you think makes the Filipino community different, from other communities as well? You can relate it to culture, anything that you've also observed.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The Filipino humor is amazing, but um, I had to check this and verify if I remembered correctly because I had it in my notes. But um, in 2021, during the Axie boom, there were actually 3.57 million MetaMask wallets just here in the Philippines, like Philippines alone, 3.57 million. And that's crazy to think, right? It's even crazier to put into perspective when you look into it in parang if you zoom out and think of it globally, because 17% are Filipino users. And that's 2021. And we've made significant progress since we're in 2024. So imagine the data. Imagine how many wallets we have now, not only for MetaMask, but the other wallets na people are using. So it's crazy to think na we are boxing ourselves or putting ourselves in the corner na Filipinos are just users because while we are parang we drive adoption talaga, we are also very forward thinking. And I think with all the milestones and all the continued presence and growth, the hackathons, the other developments, and the many venture builders coming from the Philippines now, ang hirap ng itanggi yun, no? So I think that's what makes the Filipino community very different. Kasi we have been ahead of the curve since that boom, and we made sure na we kept that position, and we're continually growing, and we're focusing on, very important things now like education and such. So I think that's where our edge lies. Na nauna na rin tayo.
Well, I thank you for that, and I agree. I think we are ahead of the curve, and our the Filipino humor, the Filipino traits that come with pakikipagkapwa, those are really important in this space. Makes us a pleasure to work with, also from what I hear also, and I think Rain also mentioned before. There's a huge evolution also in the jobs that are present in Web3, and
Mm.
I'm sure that there's so many doors opening for Filipinos because we're a big part also of that labor force in Web3 jobs, no? So yeah, I'm super excited as well to see how that plays out. And I guess I'd like to tie it in with our next community question, no? So this one comes again from FB Live from Justin Carl Nunez. So he asks, how do you envision the crypto scene evolving over the next 5 years, or any time frame? So what key trends or technologies do you think you both will, or do you both believe will have the biggest impact on growth, I guess, here in the Philippines? So yeah, feel free to share or even speculate about what those trends or apps products might be.
Very difficult to speculate. And since we are very strapped for time, I guess I'll keep my answers short kasi na-describe na rin natin sila during the entirety of this conversation. But three main things that come to mind as of now is one, regulatory clarity, as we keep mentioning. DeFi innovations for sure. I really have my eye on that. And just seeing more apps have actual real world use cases like payments and remittances, like you mentioned.
Thank you, Milan. Great.
Well, I have to agree with Mulan on that. Kasi bago pa lang yung technology, di ba? So this is just, when you say crypto, it's not just about like trading thing. We use crypto on transactions. For example, Dubai accepting crypto as a salary. That's something I'm also looking forward. That could be your norm. Crypto as payments to different merchants. Like, when I book a hotel, I can now pay in crypto. Kasi nga, we're trying to a lot of people right now are putting their money in crypto in stable coins kasi 'di ba, with the inflation and everything, it helps them keep their money. And at the same time, yung acceptance, having a regulatory will help much with the adoption. And then I believe so, right? And then this will open the minds as well with the business leaders, the key industry leaders. And at the same time, I still as well see Philippines as a big outsource outsource talent for this industry. So what I mean by that, right now, when it comes to the companies in the outsourcing, there's still limited people. But from what I've heard and from what I've talked with different people, they prefer Filipinos to hire. They prefer to hire Filipinos. Like for example, a Vietnam project wanted a business developer from the Philippines, a community manager, and then they're very generous to send these people to their countries. Maybe because Filipinos have good work ethics, I believe, we're very known for that. When it comes to our work, we're very professional most of the time. Mostly, I mean. So yeah, that I think that the change will matter on how this regulatory in our country. And then that's where more investors gonna be looking into our own country as well.
Thank you, Rain. All right. So far, next community question. So I'd like to take this one also from FB Live. So first time for me to see this name, no? So this comes from Enrico Bihasa. So he says, I'm a founder of a gaming community, and I'd like to build our community with Filipinos behind it. How can I look for people who are willing to build alongside me or us, knowing that we're just a startup? So I guess we can also think of that question, in terms of a community, not just as a startup aiming to gain revenue. How can we look for people, especially like you, Rain, you might know because you come from Visayas, and tapping the potential of those people from there. So how can viewers or new founders look for people who would like to build alongside them?
Okay. Actually, for me, I don't know if people would also they have the same as me, but I have a very strong intuition. I believe like when I meet someone, I already know that this person could be somehow I can collaborate with or not yet. So when I do networking, I don't have really a network of I don't have the list of names of all the networks I have. But minsan sinasabi ako na, Rin, parang may bangko ng mga tao sa utak mo. So you know who to tap to. Maybe because when I met people, they leave an impression to me, and that's something that I know that this person is I can collaborate with. So this is my personal experience. When I feel that I need something, like I want to build like this, so I'm just gonna look who are the people that actually stand out, that aligns with my values, my vision, has as well the skills that I needed to collaborate with to build this. Then I try to tap that person and we talk and see if we're very aligned. So yun yung process ko. Honestly, it's more of personal thing. Pero malalaman mo din yan if that person is also aligned. So you have to again look into like my first criteria, no, three things is that to be aligned is the same kami ng values, the same kami ng thinking on what we're gonna do, because at the end of the day ako kasi very idea person ako So, ang dami kong ideas. I need to actually put that out, and then in order for me to build it, I have to find that complements me. So kung ako hindi ako ganito, especially tech skills, I find people that are aligned with tech and see if we're matched. So para ka ding nagma-matchmake ng sarili mo. So that happened if ever you find that person, you have to be really transparent as much as possible, because co-founding, building it with team, with people requires a lot of trust. So if you don't, pag may trust issues ka, then medyo mahirap, no? So you need to be open, especially when it comes already to decision making. Kaya if you want to know, do not when you just have to make it natural as much as possible when you're in an event or any networking places. You have to put your mind out there na you're not looking for someone, kasi if you're gonna look for someone, parang love. If you're gonna be looking for that person, the more na you have a lot of choices. Pero if you're not looking and you just suddenly meet a person, nagkakwentuhan lang kayo and that person is very aligned, then that's the best person that you can choose.
Thank you, Rain. Mulan, I'd love to add, but we're running short on time. So great insights. Mulan, please.
Yeah, biglang love life yung usapan no? But I think, Enrico, let me just lay out what helped me, and hopefully they resonate with you. Take what resonates. So I think the very first one, if you want to build a gaming community, you should tap into existing gaming communities. A good example of this, personally, I love YGG. I think they have done such an intricate job, such a good job in making a strong community, in that hindi enough na naging YG Pilipinas lang. Now they have Japan, they have LATAM. They're everywhere basically. So I feel like just study that, and once you understand what made them big, I feel na you would be able to apply that to what you're building as well. But also just be there, just participate and immerse in the community. I think once you are connected with passionate gamers and developers, you will find people who might want to help you build from ground up. No, and then the second one is to leverage Filipino blockchain and tech meetups. So do not sleep on events, dahil dito ko nakilala lahat ng mga kakilala ko now and people who I needed to propel me or to even have a Web3 career. So we actually have, since we're talking about it, since we're talking about meetups, we actually have one this Saturday sa Westin Manila, and it's so affordable, 88 pesos lang. You guys can come in. May 2 workshops ka na from the 16 workshops available. You get to network talaga. And whether you do decide to go on that event or not, just sign up for an event. If you want a free one, if you don't want to shell out money, that's great dahil napakarami ding mga events. Create a Luma account and then makikita mo na dun lahat ng mga nearby or what's happening in the space. So, ayun. The first one is tap into existing gaming communities. Second one is to leverage your meetups. The third one that helped me is to offer meaningful incentives as well. Once you're growing na, you will start to partner up with projects and you will be receiving something from those projects, usually X deal to. And don't keep it all to yourself. Make sure that you distribute that to your members. So either you share the blessings, you share whatever it is that you would possibly get. Make sure that it's always, you always come back to why you started the community in the first place, which is to keep giving value to everyone. So just keep that in mind. Or you could also go about it as if you're acquiring talents, maybe share equity of the community, things like that. Madami pa, no? So and the fourth one is to have a niche or to have that cultural connection at least. So the reason why I think Web3 Cebu was significant for Rain was because finally they could start talking in crypto in their own language, right? I'm from Pampanga and it also helps me. And it's such a different experience when you get to talk to someone in something you're interested in your own language. There are things na ang hirap i-translate in Tagalog or English, right? So find your niche. If you are in the gaming community, what kind of games? First player shooter ba yan? Mga tap-tap games? You have to determine that. I feel like not necessarily at the start, but maybe towards the end, you can define that. And then maybe the fifth one would be to take advantage of all the educational platforms and free content online. So it's great that you're participating in this AMA and hopefully in other AMAs as well. But don't sleep on other great projects who highlight education, such as, Bitskwela. I think they're very good. Napakarami nilang mga helpful online courses for free. ICP also gives out, resources for developers and such. So there's so many kailangan mo lang i-grind, magsipag ka, meet these people, either online and offline, ask the right questions, and then mafo-forge na yung path mo as to how you can build and scale your gaming community. I hope those 5 things help.
Enrico, you're so lucky. That should be something you pay for. Great insights from the both of you. Wow.
Maniningil ako,
Okay, rapid
Enrico.
fire. Okay, last two. Let's just have it really quick now, so we can award our winners also who took their time to send their wonderful questions. Sige, so I think I also want to recognize the both of you for being such great industry leads. So I think I'll take this one from. Hang on, let me pull it up. Actually, I saw it earlier, real quick. Here we go. So from Mike Stephen. So as far as today, what is your biggest milestone? Since we're on the topic of milestones and future outlooks, I want you guys to tell the crowd what's your biggest milestone that you're proud of so far.
Modern Mulan muna.
Okay, sige. My biggest milestone, I feel like there's so many na I could, wow, so many, biglang ganon, no? But there are many things na I am grateful for, partnering up with a lot of great projects, such as ICP nga, no? I owe so much to them, and I still do. But I think my biggest milestone would be, uh, I feel like it would be happening tomorrow kasi we are launching our very first big project in Eden Ventures. I am so excited for everyone to hear about it, especially yung Filipino community. It's for everyone. It's international. It's not bound by geography, which I love. But yeah, I would say that I can't share anymore, unfortunately. But please do follow me on my socials because I'm hinting about it here and there, and I really do want the Filipino community to be the very first to reap all the rewards that our project has to offer. So I would say that because it's gonna be explosive, guys. It's gonna melt your minds. I promise.
Thank you, Mulan. Rain, go flex.
Okay. Honestly, okay. I think may mga sinasabihan kasi yung tao before na sabi ko, I wanna bring events in Cebu. I wanna bring in Visayas. So sabi ko, why don't we have like some big events here that could really allow people do things. So prior to that, I already have that in mind. Yung Visayas Blockchain Summit was already at 2 years in my mind. And then, but in order for me to execute that, I need to find the right people, right? Um, this is it's still it's still in the work in progress. We will share updates to that. Can you just follow us or follow Web3 Cebu as well? Because we're gonna be posting it. Yes, it's gonna be happening in Cebu. So kung gusto niyo mag-beach, gusto niyo mag-bakasyon, book your book something for here. And then I think it's like this. I used to doubt myself. I used to doubt that I couldn't really do, because after all, I don't have much knowledge in tech. My background is industrial engineering, and I don't even know how to code. I don't even know how to actually, I don't even know so much about tech, blockchain, and everything. But siguro, one thing that helped me is that my expertise is continuous improvement. So I was able to find some gaps. I was able to find some things that I could really help solve. And that's where I use in order to build a community. And the community I've envisioned is becoming reality. And another thing, because I was being true to that goal, to that focus, I was very focused to that. Even though there are many setbacks, I was able to find people that uplift and empowered me to build this. So in a way, I could also amplify that cause. So right now, I couldn't tell a lot, right? But I will definitely be sharing in the future. But nag-level up yung networking skills ko ata. Yun. So my networking skills talaga. But yeah, guys, you have to enhance your networking skills, because sabi nga nila, your network is your net worth. So in this way, I become like I find the right people that could really help build, could really make things happen. And I'm excited how is this moving forward. I'm just really here to collaborate genuinely, passionately, and I want to align with people that are really helping, with a heart to build community, with a heart to share opportunities. And yung gatekeeping is something na, everybody wants to actually, earn. We wanted to change our lives. We have some goals and dreams. So if there's a way that we can build a community that creates opportunities, not just for yourself but for the others, then do it. So yeah, overall, the biggest milestone for me is more of personal development. That's where I become, when I trusted myself, that's where I become more powerful, I think, in my own perspective. Because I was used to being scared. Right now, I'm really overcoming those limitations. Yun.
Green, thank you. Mulan, thank you. Let's have one last question from the community. So we talked about your milestones. Let's talk about future outlook again. Going back to the topic. So let's dream big for our community. And this is a question from our Discord, Biological Witch, which says, "What major crypto milestone do we want to see in the Philippines in the next 5 years?" Ooh, dream big.
Oh.
Hopefully by that time we're known na for developers, because we keep saying na now we are building towards, parang a developer centric community, and hopefully at that, 5 years from now we're there, and we have more users from the Filipinos. Sana may mass adoption na. Sabi mo nga, dream big. 5 years feels like parang ang layo, but also ang lapit, you know what I mean? Especially here in crypto, 1 month feels like a year sometimes kasi grabe yung development. So I feel like 5 years is well enough for us to make sure that we get to a point where we are highly regarded, not only as builders, but also we have a lot more people experiencing the perks or benefits of crypto. And again, I'm so sad na this happened a day before our launch, because I just want to geek out about our project, because I feel like that's the kind of project that will be able to onboard so many users, and finally, if you are in crypto, you will be rewarded na. So yeah, that's all I can share. But hopefully, yes, in the 5 years we're still here and finally reaping the benefits of our hard work.
Rain, take it away.
And thank you so much. Oh, it's an honor to have this discussion with Modern Milan. And yeah, like she said nung intro, diba, we're used to become like moderators then. So right now, it's good to share insights. I think milestone from the Philippines in the next 5 years, if there's if there's a focus to investing a more solidified digital infrastructure in the Philippines, then it's much seamless to actually on board. Not really on board, but digital transactions, whether especially with the crypto, then we will have we'll put really Philippines on like one of the biggest market for the crypto in the world, and at the same time, like Mulan said, we're gonna have like more product builders. Who knows? We'll have our own unicorn na blockchain project. Diba? Yun naman talaga yung goal eh. At the end of the day, as I said, the narrative right now, we're so much like consumers of Facebook, Airbnb, Grab, and other unicorns. Pero most of this, a lot of Filipinos are building this, right? A lot of Filipinos are part of these companies that are helping build these unicorns. But if we have investment towards our own talent and towards our own, digital infrastructures, and who knows, this is the industry that would put Philippines really into that kind of industry that's viewed, highly valued by the global market. So ayun lang.
Would like to add really quick. Please do not hate me, Jaffa.
Go, go,
Really
go. I
quick, I
mean,
promise.
take it away.
Yeah, but I agree. Sana more unicorns because we already have unicorns here in the Philippines. We have YGPH, and also Breeder Daw. I feel like, if I remember correctly, sila din yung, basta they are unicorns. So more unicorns for us, hopefully, and we can showcase and highlight that Filipinos really are, or we deserve that international regard as well.
All right. Thank you, Mula, and thank you, Rin. Such a wonderful discussion tonight, no? So, I guess last question is, where can the community find you guys on social media? Modern
Okay, mine is actually Rain Laluna, or on Twitter it's I'm Rain. So I'm just using my own name. So and to get to know more about local communities, do follow Web3 Cebu in the Web3 Visayas community. I think it's a Facebook. I know madaming into crypto in Visayas. So guys, soon let's connect.
All right. Thank
Wow.
exciting. If you're from the Visayas region, feel free to message Rain. I'm sure she'd love to collaborate and build with you guys. So Rain, Mulan, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm sorry you went over 8 p.m., but grabe talaga yung insights, yung knowledge that you guys were able to share of the community today. One thing I love talaga about Community Wednesdays is that I get to learn, the community gets to learn from, all of the speakers who grace their time and experience with us. So again, thank you so much for joining us for our panel tonight. And to our winners, please don't forget to open a ticket or update your ticket on our Discord server if your question was chosen. And do send your coins verified account details with your phone or email so that we may send your prizes to you. So again, Rain, Mulan, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I look forward to speaking with you all and meeting you during different Web3 and Crypto Philippines events. I'm your host, JC, or Jaffa, the community manager of Coins, and I'll see you guys all again on our next Community Wednesdays. So thank you, Rain. Thank you, Mulan. And have a good evening, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you po.
The Philippines' first and leading crypto exchange, coins.ph. 60 cryptocurrencies to trade, like Bitcoin, USDT, and more. Enjoy low fees, favorable rates, and a smooth cash in and out experience. Download coins.ph now.